In deze nieuwe extra serie praat ik met mensen uit de wereld van crime. De grootste criminelen, politie, CIA-agents, FBI, spionnen en nog veel meer. Mensen van over de hele wereld. In deze aflevering praat ik met Larry Lawton, de allergrootste dief van Amerika. En vandaag doet hij zijn verhaal. Larry Lawton, bekend als de allergrootste dief van Amerika. Zo stal hij juwelen voor een bedrag van bijna 18 miljoen. En dat gaat de geschiedenisboeken in. Na zijn gevangenisstraf heeft hij zijn leven gebeterd. En ik zou zeggen, welkom bij 10 vragen aan de allergrootste dief van Amerika, Larry Lawton. Can you introduce yourself? Who are you?
Good question. My name is Larry Lawton, and I went to prison for robbing jewelry stores. I'm still known as the biggest jewel robber in the United States, one of the biggest in the world.
Why did you choose for a life as a criminal?
Well, the question is a good question. Why did you grow up the way you grew up? In the United States, or probably anywhere, where you grew up a lot dictates what direction you go. If you grow up in a farmland, you might become a farmer. If you grew up in Wall Street, they call it New York and Wall Street, the financial section, that's where you're going to be. You're probably going to work in the financial industry. I grew up in the gangster world. Mafia, I don't know what the Netherlands knows about.
Yeah,
the
mafia. Yeah.
John Gotti and all them. I knew all those guys. And I was involved with the biggest people in the world in that foray of crime. So I grew up, I started very young. I was 12 years old when I learned to what we call here hustle. Hustle means do football tickets, do something to make money. It was not only the adrenaline high, it was the people you look up to. Where I grew up, it was you were either a cop or a gangster. And most people, hopefully they go the other way. They go to city jobs or something like that. I hate to say it, I had a high IQ. So I ended up going into the criminal world and becoming very good at what I did, which is, again, bad. And I always want to emphasize that. I never tell people or young people what I did was right. I always emphasize, one, it was wrong. Although I didn't hurt people in a robbery, I didn't kill people, I didn't break their legs in a robbery. I was a pretty rough guy if you were in my business. But as far as in a robbery, I never hurt anybody. And it was all about the money and winning. Like I used to want to be a fly on the wall.
What did you do to the people you robbed?
Take a gun, put it in their face.
Yeah, that seems...
If you were behind a counter and I went up to you and said, get down on the floor, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to cry like a baby, probably.
You're going to get down on the floor.
Yeah.
And then I would put flex cuffs on you and tie you up. I didn't have to break your arm. I didn't have to pistol whip you. You were going to do what I said. Nobody had, it's not like, listen, I love these movies where people become heroes. That's a movie. That's a movie.
No.
You have a person react differently. You have persons, initial reaction different, whether they try to run or they try to grab a gun or something, and then you just stop it, and then they realize their brain processes, oh my God, get down.
Yeah.
So they don't keep wanting to fight or do something like that. You see people cry, you see people laugh, start hysterically laughing. So it's different people have different reactions, but that movie tough guy, I'm gonna beat the guy up with a gun,
doesn't happen. No.
I'm not really the littlest guy in the world.
No, I believe that.
So you're gonna see me come in to see you. It's gonna be like you're gonna shit your pants.
Yeah, I am a little guy, so I'm wasteless. What do you think of robberies in movies and games?
Because I look at movies different than you would.
Yeah, probably.
I look at it. Is it true? Could it have happened? Why wouldn't they do this? Something. I did the biggest robberies. So I look at it and say, nah, there was no planning there. That couldn't happen. The cops would have did this. Robert would have got caught way earlier. His identity would have been found. Something happened. So I look at movies very analytical. It's just my brain focuses and says, nah, that's not true. And if a movie is so out there, it turns me off. I don't even watch it. I review GTA and all that. Yeah. Obviously, GTA is all a game, and I'm learning it. It's kind of funny, I'm sure you play it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. What did you buy with the money from the heists?
Well, the first thing I did, and I always did to this day, is I paid off people I owed money. I always took care of my responsibilities that way. If I owed money for anything, I paid it off. Secondly, I loved casinos. I ended up losing millions of dollars in casinos.
Oh.
If I had one addiction, it was casinos.
Still or back then?
No, not now. I can care less. I don't have the time for it. Yeah. Now I like different things. Obviously, my golf. I'm a big golfer. So no, I didn't go out and buy like something big. I ended up buying a lot of things: houses, boats, horses.
Really?
I did everything. Vans with towing boats and bigger boats and a bigger house and a bigger everything. So that's the stuff I did.
How much money did you steal in total?
Between 15 and 18 million US dollars.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And they take every bit of it. You don't keep anything. Listen, there's nothing. You can't even hide it. Trust me. Everybody says, "Oh, why didn't you bury it?" Yeah. It doesn't happen that way. I wish it did.
What was your most intense moment during a robbery?
Good question. During a robbery, I would say none. I was very planned, very calculated, had everything figured out. I knew when to go somewhere if there was a mistake ready to be made. I had an alternate plan, and I actually talk about that on GTA, and the scenes, what would really happen. You'd have an alternate exit plan. You'd have a way to go. You go back, whatever. I was so planned and so good. During the robbery, the whole robbery is a tense situation. But there's no like one thing where it gets out of hand. My last robbery when we got shot.
Oh, really?
Was the most exciting, if you want to call it that. But tense, the wording maybe is wrong. The craziest one was when bullets were flying by, and one bullet went through my head and went into my partner in his arm, and blood is going, and there's a bullet hole right in the middle of the windshield.
Really?
And that was like a movie. Big getaway. You can listen to that on the YouTube channel too. I think I did that last robbery or whatever. And it was a nut house. It was just crazy. And that was the most adrenaline pump.
And it was escaping from the police during an escape.
Well, it wasn't a police. I was getting out of a jewelry store, and the owner got loose and started firing shots.
Oh.
Bullets were flying, and not by us. I had a BB gun. I didn't even have a real gun.
Oh, really?
That's what saved my life. If I had a real gun, I would have got 100 years in prison.
Oh, really?
But I had a BB gun, and being I had a BB gun, it's different.
Yeah, I get that.
States, it's not a firearm.
Yeah, I get that.
He was shooting. What could I do?
Yeah,
shooting with a BB gun doesn't help. What was the most intense moment during prison?
Ooh, okay, good question. It was the last 10 days in Atlanta after I beat the hell out of a guy.
Why?
And then I was worried about what they call the shot caller, or the head of that gang, because they could put a hit out on you, they could do certain things, and then you're on edge for the last 10 days. I actually got so on edge, I put a chair near my door So if somebody tried to open and rush in, they would fall over the chair, and then I'd have time to grab my knife. I had 3 knives around the cell ready to go.
How do you get a knife into a prison cell?
You make them. You make
them.
Yeah, shanks and shivs and stuff like that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So that was the most intense, or the most I was on edge.
Yeah.
I mean, there was fights and stuff like that. When I was getting abused, that was probably it too. I was being abused. I was strapped down naked, beaten, and tortured by the guards.
Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube.
The guard took his penis out and spit on my face. So.
But why? Why?
Because I was writing senators and congressmen, being a journalist, writing senators and congressmen to stop the abuses going on in the prison.
Do you have ever been afraid to die?
No, to this day, no. Well, I think I did maybe when I was younger. I mean, no, not afraid to die. Like even now, I have some health issues. No, not many people don't know about. I won't talk about too many. And we're all gonna die sometime. It's just a matter of when and how.
Yeah.
I lost 2 sisters to cancer already, very young. One at 49 and one at 56. And I don't want to die the way they died.
No.
If I had a disease like that, I think I would take a bunch of pills and, I don't want to suffer like that.
No, I get that.
I think if it comes to a certain point in my life where I'm like that, I wouldn't shoot myself. I'd take pills.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna and it's not being morbid. I'm not being morbid or anything. I don't want people around you to have to suffer as long.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say, hey, your goodbyes, go to bed, take a big cocktail, maybe get drunk, have some fun. Who cares about drugs? You want to give me heroin? Give me all the heroin you want. I don't know. I don't do drugs, but you know what I mean.
No, I get it.
You had millions. Did money make you happy?
Great question. Because I had money, there's a great study that came out. Your happiness does not go any higher when you hit like $80,000 or $90,000 a year. So people who make $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 are no more happy than a person who makes, I think, $80,000 or $90,000. Obviously, if you're struggling every day to eat, that's going to bring down your happiness and your moods and everything else. But there comes that level point in your life when money will matter. Don't anybody kid you. I had millions and then had nothing. So it's hard to tell a person, money don't matter. It's bullshit. Money don't matter. Tell somebody who's struggling to put food on the table and raise their family that money don't matter.
Yeah.
It matters.
Yeah.
It matters. But is it the all get out for happiness? No. Here's a true story. When I was a gangster, my sister used to tell me, you're searching for something, Larry. You have all this money. You buy a house, so you buy another house. You buy a boat, you buy a bigger boat. You buy 1 horse, you buy 2 horses. It's not making you happy. You got to find out what was not making you happy. In other words, I couldn't rob enough to make me happy. I wanted more, and then I want a bigger house, a bigger car, more houses, more businesses, more gambling, more this. So it wasn't the money, I don't think. You have to find happiness inside. I know it's cliche to say that.
No, I believe that.
That's why I believe the journey. If you love journalism, and that's your passion and love, you're going to be great at it. You're going to love it. And you're going to make money because you're going to find a way to make money out of it and then be comfortable. And then when you get good at anything, it's a profession. It's not like you're not doing, you're not twiddling your frickin' thumbs all day.
No.
You're researching stuff. You're putting words together that other people will enjoy. And there'll always be, whatever platform it is, maybe not newspapers. It's, online. It's maybe video and print. Maybe, you'll find that happy medium. But When you find that, that's true happiness. It's not the money, it's the journey.
Do you regret something?
I don't regret anything.
No? Why?
Because regret's a wasted emotion.
Yeah, that's true.
What does it do you? It either brings you down, it makes you think negative. Listen, it is what it is. Would I do it different? Absolutely. You know, anybody who says they wouldn't do it different, there's something twisted there. I mean, Bill Gates said he'd do it different. And the guy's worth $100 billion.
Yeah.
He said he would do it different. Because you would always take the negative or the mistakes or the things that you could have got better. You would have did them different.
Yeah.
But he don't regret, and it's true. It's everything I did. I don't regret it. It is who I am, and it has brought me to this level of where I am. But I would do it different. But I don't regret. I don't believe in that emotion. Just like I don't believe in hate. Hate. I try never to. Yeah, we use it all the time. Though I hate that. I do this.
Yeah.
I don't like the word, and I try not to use it. And I use it, but because hate hurts you. Hate affects you. If I hate you, you don't even give a shit. You don't know, and it makes me angry, and you do stupid things. Who's getting affected by that?
Yeah, you. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you. You can hate somebody. Now you might dislike it. You might, think it's repulsive. Whatever. I don't think anything's repulsive, but so the word hate is a very negative word. It has no place in a vocabulary because it's to such a disdain it hurts the person who's using it. It doesn't hurt the person that you already dislike him. He don't care, you don't like him. It's over. He don't even think of you 2 seconds.
Dit was alweer het gesprek met Larry Lawton. En ik wil Larry natuurlijk ontzettend bedanken voor zijn tijd en dit interview. Zijn kanaal staat in de beschrijving. Die kan je ook nu gaan kijken. Zeker even doen. Heel leuke video's maakt hij. Deze video's kosten natuurlijk super veel tijd. Dus ik zou het enorm waarderen als je wil abonneren. We halen bijna die 50.000 abonnees. Dus druk allemaal even op die abonneerknop. En we hebben nog veel meer afleveringen van deze serie. Wil je dat nou zien? Laat het dan wel even weten in de reacties. Want dan gaan we meer maken. We hebben al heel veel opgenomen met CIA-agents, spionnen, noem het maar. Dat komt allemaal online. De reportages blijven ook gewoon doorlopen. Dit is enkel en alleen extra. Laat even weten of je dat leuk vindt. Dat zou ik heel mooi vinden. Abonneer op dit kanaal. Doe een duimpje omhoog. Drop een reactie. Volg me ook even op Instagram. En dan zou ik zeggen bedankt voor het kijken. En tot de volgende keer. Doei!